Welcome, guys, to Dogs of War YouTube channel. Today we got the
negative 2 review.
Yes,
negative 2 review.
Negative 2 review.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be a thing.
Today you got me, Jesus, and Pat. We're gonna do a review of 5th edition Bard. If you haven't seen the Barbarian one, just look in the in our YouTube list and it should be the Barbarian one.
Or if he figures out how to put the little link thing up,
it's somewhere in
right
here.
that.
Okay, so bards. Basically
in I would say a filler. They are when 3rd edition was out. 3rd edition, the perfect part of 3rd edition was built for 4, and they said the perfect party was a fighter, rogue, wizard, cleric, and then the 5th wheel was the bard. They were what you needed to fill any role.
Bards have always been the red-headed stepchilds of D&D.
They have been.
Nobody wants to start them.
But they're good. They're good at.
They're good now.
They're good at everything. Well, see, they're good at everything, but they're excellent at nothing.
But I think in 5th edition has changed because they're for people who play a lot of role-playing games, they call it the facer.
The face.
Which is the person you play is the one that's going to interact with people, the one that's going to...
The one that talks to the king instead of punching the king.
The one that try to get you out of the problems. The
talker.
Yeah, the talker. And it's like in the A teams. What's the guy who's the talker there?
His face.
Yeah.
That's his name.
So that's what the bard. And the bard fills that role and does that role with spades. You know, it's amazing.
With spades?
With, I guess spades.
Is that a...
I don't know what that is. Maybe it's a Puerto Rican thing.
It's a Puerto Rican thing?
Flying colors, okay?
There you go.
So, there used to be D6 hit points, but now
a lot of things
D8.
got bumped up. Now the bard's a D8.
So, which is not bad. It's more hit points, the better. Proficiency in light armor, normal. Simple weapons, hand crossbows, which is very cool.
Long swords, rapiers,
and short swords. And rapiers are finesse. So that means you could add your dexterity bonus. Instead, use your dexterity instead of your strength.
So the proverbial swashbuckling Casanova that has a rapier. Well, there you go.
Saving throws is dex and charisma. Charisma is very interesting. You know,
right?
Who else is
Not many.
Many, yeah.
If any at all.
Spellcasting.
Well, skills.
Skills.
Choose any 3.
Yep.
Everything else has a list. Bards.
So, if you don't have a rogue, he can then,
Was it like thievery or something?
Yeah, he could specialize in those. Oh, we don't have a cleric, he could specialize in healing. So,
or if you don't have a knowledge person, he can specialize in history and arcana and religion.
So, another thing to get is bard spells. And bard spells have always been kind of very good because they have a little of wizard, a little of cleric.
Right. Yeah, like cure light wounds, and they had
they could be a backup healer.
They could be a backup healer. What else did bards have from wizard? I don't remember, but they did. They had like the weird things like Otto's irresistible dance and Tasha's hideous laughter. They had. It wasn't actually really offensive spells, because the wisdom sorcerers spells were offensive. They had spells that would hinder, that would debilitate 1 or 2 people.
So they get ritual casting, spell casting foci.
Bards start off.
Immediately start
with spells.
So it's not like the ranger has to wait to level 2 or the paladin.
Well, the bard before had to wait until level 2 or 3.
So now they get him right off the bat. So they immediately making an impact to your party.
Yes.
And then one of the coolest things. Bards.
The inspiration, yeah. But the bards before in 3rd edition, they would they had the songs. A bard could sing, and everyone that played 3-5 would know a +1 to hit, +1 damage because the bard is singing, and the bard would get other songs along the way like counterspell and whatever. But bardic inspiration, the bard can put on one person. He basically could sing, and it would be called a bardic inspiration die, which would be a D6. And then once within the next 10 minutes, it has to be anything but the bard, but the person could could take the D6, and after an ability check, attack roll, or saving throw, after he makes the D20 roll,
that's what's amazing.
But before the DM says that hits or misses, the person could pick up the D6 and roll it and add it to the numbers.
Things. So if you've been fighting this encounter for a while, and then the bard does that, and you're like, I think his AC is between X and Y, and
you're like, I know that his AC is between 10 and 12, and you roll a 9 or total.
Yeah.
You get up to 9. You're like, I really need to hit. So you can pick up that inspiration die and roll it.
It's very, very good. And you could, again, like Pat said, you could use it in ability checks,
which includes skills
and saving throws. You're like, ooh, breath weapon. Ooh, I'm low in hit points. Ooh, I really need to
need to save and get out of that breath weapon.
Especially for classes that are either take full damage or none.
Right. Yes.
So it's very, very. So Bardic Inspiration is very, very nice.
And he could do it a number of times per day, equal to the bard's charisma. So no walking down the road and the bard is sitting there singing the whole time. Because I would, if I was in a party and the bard I would stab him in the throat.
Another thing is, as you grow up in level, you're like, D6 is not that much. It goes up. So at level 5, it's a D8. At level 10, it's a D10. At a level 12, it's level 15, it's a D12.
Yeah. So
you could hit just by the inspiration dice by itself. So, and at level 2, they become Jack of all trades.
Jack of all trades.
So their proficiency, they could add half of their proficiency bonus, rounded down, to all their skills.
Right. So any ability checks, which ability check includes skills.
So, again, they're just fillers. They fill any role you need.
The Song of Rest, which is, it's kind of like, what was it? The extra when you spend the hit points, right? When you spend your hit die, I think it is.
Yeah. After you're gonna go regain your hit points, you get an extra D6, and it goes up. It goes D8, D10, D12.
Yeah. So when the party's resting and the cleric is like, or the fighter, you pick up your D10. The fighter picks up his D10 and rolls it, and you always rock a 1.
2.
The bard adds more.
Yes, which is make sure that after you rest, you're more full of hit points. You're more relaxed, more chilling, ready to slaughter more people.
All right. At 3rd level, the bard chooses his college, which we'll get into later.
That's like every class at 3rd level, they split into different little avenues, which we'll talk later.
We've got expertise. We've got
basically picks 2.
You pick 2 skills that you're already proficient in, and then you double your proficiency for those skills.
Yep. So instead of +2 is +4.
Right. And that increases when your proficiency increases. You still have that, so you're looking at your proficiency is like a 4.
Yeah.
I think at max level 6. Excuse me.
Yep.
Your proficiency is a 6. So for those 2 skills, you have a +12.
Yeah. And then at higher levels, level 10, you choose another 2 skills. Now you have 4 skills you could double your proficiency with.
Yeah.
Which is, again, they're just good.
They're good with skills.
At being a face. Like,
ability score improvement is normal. Font of inspiration. You get...
after a short or long rest, you gain all your bardic inspirations back.
Yeah. So,
a short rest, an hour?
Right.
Take a quick nap for an hour, rest for an hour, boom, you got all your inspirations back.
Yeah. So instead of a long rest, which what it was, now you can do it at a short rest.
Counter charm.
Bonuses versus frightened and charmed.
So if you have a party member that's charmed, you can easily give them an advantage on their saving throws to try to get out of it.
Right.
So
magical secrets they get 2 spells from any spell list not their own. If you want, you can pick your own, but
yeah. But then now you can make it. I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think bards get raised dead.
Probably not, or fireball,
or lightning, or now you could make your bard and pick these big offensive, big signature spells of the other classes and have them use it.
Yeah,
which is very, very good.
And then when you have no uses of bardic inspiration, when you roll initiative, you get 1 back.
Yeah, so that's a superior inspiration at level 20. you're very good. Now we're gonna go into the Bard colleges. There's 2 Bard colleges. There's the College of Lore, which is more proficiency based.
Right.
Okay. And magical.
And the College of Valor, which is more combat.
More combat based. So College of Lore.
The College of Lore is you get right off the bat you get proficiency with 3 more skills.
A bard, I think, will get like more than half their skills.
All the skills.
Yeah.
And then this one's cool. At cutting words, you were really excited about this one. Well, when a creature attacks something or attacks you. Yeah. No, not even you. When a creature attacks someone within 60 feet, you can use your Bardic Inspiration. You can spend 1 use of your Bardic Inspiration and roll it, and then subtract your number from the attack roll, an ability check, or a damage roll.
Yep. It's amazing. It's especially since and you choose to use the feature after the character makes a roll. So if the GM rolls a crit,
I don't know if it'll do a crit.
You want to do a crit?
I'm not sure. I didn't see it.
I don't think it states it. But let's say if it doesn't. Let's say my C is 18, he rolls 19. Ooh, and this dragon's going to hit you, hard.
Or the fighter's got like 3 hit points left.
Yep.
Bardic Inspiration. Subtract 4. You miss.
I think you're better off using it you're better off not getting hit than trying to use it on damage. But
I would
unless
say so.
the guy just hits you and you hit
there's no
way of avoiding the damage, then yeah. But
saving throws of getting out of the dragon breath.
Yes.
Or especially like probably the rogue that takes no damage on a save.
You can't use it on the dragon on saving throws. But saving
ability check.
Saving throws on ability check.
That's true.
But you could already use that over here. Adding it to your saving throws. So.
That's true.
But yeah, you just use it for on the monsters instead of on the guys. So it reduces their attack, their agility ability. I don't know how you're going to be using them on a monster's ability.
I have no idea.
I guess if they're trying to hide, you use it on them. I don't know. But I think that's very, very good. So they get more magical secrets. That means they could cast more spells outside of their schools of bards.
2 more spells outside of the bard table.
Yeah.
And then they can use Bardic Inspiration on your ability check. The bard can use his Bardic Inspiration on his ability check.
That's the biggest key you have to remember, that you don't get inspired by your own songs.
I don't know. Yeah. I guess you're used to it.
You sing your song, you're like, it's okay. Everybody else is like, oh my god, it's amazing.
But he can only do it on ability checks, not on attack rolls, not on whatever. What was it? Saving throws or something.
So that's the lore.
Very skill and magic oriented.
Yes.
The College of Valor is more damage. Right off the bat, you get proficiency with medium armor, shields, and martial weapons. Now, we'll touch on that real quick.
Yep.
The bards are already proficient with and get
rapier.
Because right here, equipment, rapier.
Yep.
Rapier's a finesse weapon. So if you're going a dex-based bard, you're proficient with martial weapons. Who cares? You already have a rapier that does D8 damage.
It just would be more fluffy. Then you could use whips or
you could use whips, or you could go strength.
You
could be a strength-based bard, as it says with daring scalds who keep great heroes, blah, blah, blah. So scalds were Norse.
Okay.
Scalds it's a Norse storyteller that, the Norse aren't really known for their finesse. So you would be a strength-based bard, and you would have a longsword, or an axe, or a hammer, or it's more fluff.
Yeah.
And of course medium armor. So going away from the dexterity-based bard
to more of a combat.
To more of a heavier guy. So you even the racials, instead of an elf bard, you would be more of a dwarven bard, or a dragonborn bard, because they're more strength-based, not dex-based. Combat Inspiration. At level 3, you get...
You get it to the damage.
You get it to damage.
To damage.
The Bardic inspiration for damage instead of attack rolls. Extra attack, you can attack twice.
You can also add add the number roll to the AC. You can add it to the AC too.
Oh, yeah.
So it's kind of, in a way, kind of like cutting words, but instead of deducting it from their roll, you're adding it to your AC.
No. That's confusing. I'll have to look at that a little bit more.
When an attack roll is made against the creature,
can use its reaction to roll the Bardic Inspiration die and add the number rolled to its AC against that attack.
Yep. After seeing the roll, but before knowing whether.
Oh. So yeah, it's sort of like the cutting words, but you're adding to your friend's AC, not subtracting from the roll.
Yeah.
So
it's the same kind of thing, but
it's only against
melee.
Well, yeah. Extra attack, you can attack twice instead of once when you take the attack action, and then battle magic. When this is nice, you can cast a spell and then make one weapon attack as a bonus action.
Yes.
Very cool.
So that's very cool. It's kind of an extra attack.
So
and that's basically the College of Valor. So a little quick synopsis: it's bards are jack of all trades. You've heard it multiple times.
There's they have all the bards have a variety of skills and magical abilities. Lore focuses more on skills and magic, and the Valor focuses more on combat.
So here, every little class discussion we have Pat here have he makes a character and gives you
right. I've gone more in depth of good races to be. The Lightfoot Halfling. Sad but true, the Halfling Bard has always been
a classic.
Yeah. They get bonus to Dex. They get bonus to Charisma. Same with the Half Elf. The Half Elf gets a bonus to Charisma and then gets a bonus to 2 different abilities. So one of them could be Dex.
Humans always good.
Humans always good. Yeah. So that's going to be on the list.
That one is
Drow.
Bonus to Dex, bonus to Charisma. Yep, and that's very weird.
The sunlight.
You go. It's a guy. He's in the corner. You can barely see him, but he's singing.
the sunlight. That's always a downside of the Drow, but you just figure it out. I actually looked at the 2 different things, and if you wanted to go for the College of Lore, a Tiefling is a good choice.
Yep.
Tiefling gets a bonus intelligence, and the Forest Gnome gets a bonus to strength, I believe.
I don't know if it was con. Oh, okay.
Could be gone. Yeah, well, whichever.
So they're good for fighters.
I don't really see a gnome as a fighter, but
at least as a bard.
Right, as a bard. Yeah. Talked about the rapier. We talked about the Bardic Inspiration. We talked about the Jack of all trades, so ignore that.
For feats, alert, actor, crossbow expert, defensive duelist, inspiration leader, linguistic, luck, observant,
skilled, and mobile. A couple of these that I really, really liked is the crossbow expert. The crossbow expert is when you make an attack action with a one-handed melee weapon, you could make an extra attack with a crossbow in your other hand.
Ooh, which hand
crossbows.
Yep.
Go bard. So the crossbow expert is really good. Cool. The defensive duelist is it sounds like a rapier, and of course some of these other ones like actor.
It's kind of obvious.
Linguist for more languages. Lucky's going to be on all the charts. Yeah. Lucky's so good. Observant and skilled. Skilled is more skills. It's like proficiency in like 3 more skills.
I'm curious, is it possible to be proficient
know all the skills
at level 20?
I probably. Some backgrounds. We've got charlatan. We've got entertainer, which are the charlatan is more of a stage magician, someone that hustles you out of.
Yep.
And then the entertainer, of course. The folk hero. I don't know why I have. That's a
folk hero. I think folk hero can fit in any of them.
Folk hero probably could. The folk hero for the bard because he's a man of the people. So, I think the noble, someone that plays in courts. I think that's kind of neat for a flavor. Someone that plays in king's courts. The sage for the College of Lore.
Yeah.
If you're really
works.
worried about all of these magical secrets and all of these knowledges, the Sage, I think, would go really well with the college lore. And the Urchin. The Urchin, I think, would be cool, too, because he's man of the streets. Not so much as the folk hero, but the Urchin would fit more into a thievy. The Bard, basically any background, the Bard could have it, because jack of all trades.
Yeah.
The spells, I didn't go into the spells.
Yeah, that's the spells. There's a lot of
There's some really good ones in here. I chose the ones that I would pick. Would be heroism, of course, cure wounds, because that's so
always needed.
So the bards actually, and it's cool because the bards actually get healing word, which
Ooh, wow.
yeah, that's the range heal, which that's very nice. But depending on stuff. I mean, they get Tasha's Haters Laughter, and they get Sleep and Silent Image. They get the quintessential bard spells. But some that I think that I would pick, is Heroism, Cure Wounds, and Bane. I would go for a
Bane
debilitating, and I would choose the Half Elf with the Charlatan background, the Valor College, and for maximum attack power, I would eventually get the Crossbow Expert. Feat.
Yeah. Short sword crossbow.
But short sword and hand crossbow. And then go to the College of Valor and then get more attacks. And then the Crossbow Expert and get more attacks. Oh, yeah.
After just checking the bard, it just sounds fun. You know, once in a while you want to play a game, you know, just for the fun. And if you want to be like the center of attraction at party-wise, whenever there's an encounter or role-playing.
Like,
man.
oh, there's role-playing involved. Everyone drools on themselves.
Yes, because
and the bard is excited.
So, I mean, my next character might be a bard, just to
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm curious. I didn't even look to see how many attacks that person would get, but it would be a lot.
Yeah.
It would be upwards to like 6.
Wow.
Well, so think about it. You got the short sword and the hand crossbow, so there's 2. Then you've got the Valor College. Then you've got 4.
4.
I get excited sometimes.
His math is not that good.
No.
So, that's a quick review of bards, and I give it a thumbs up. I
like the bard.
I was never interested in bards before, but now I'm very curious as to play them. I think they'll be excited. So, okay, guys. Just like this video, comment.
Comment. There's other things like he waved around.
Yes, we should have some more.
Barbarian and the general overview of 5th.
Yep. And the next one will be clerics, I think.
Probably.
Okay. We will be putting one of each of these class videos in the coming weeks, hopefully. So, thank you for joining us, guys.
Thank
Take
you.
care. Have a good one.